All right, so this is Helping Out meeting number whatever, because I never know. But today is October the 15th of 2018. Today is Monday. And on Mondays, we talk a little bit about Steam. We talk about the community. And then, of course, we have the League of Helpieness. I always start these meetings with a little explanation of what that is. And then, of course, a little bit of housekeeping so that everybody knows what's going on. What things I've found on Steam, or maybe that you should know on Steam that you might want to get involved with, and then ask people's opinions about it. So first things first, the League of Helpiness. There are, according to, there could be more, but according to me, there are 3 somewhat contests going on Steam that track basically the engagement of groups of people, of individuals. They are run by Paula G from Steam Community and by Asher, which is ABH123456 or something like that. No, only till the 5. So we started something very similar on Helpie, and we track what Helpinauts are doing out there on the blockchain. So this League of Helpiness basically tracks the amount of posts, the amount of comments, the amount of replies, how much you power up, how many different people you vote on, and so on and so forth. Eon, you can't hear me? Or just you can't hear me? Everybody else can hear me, right? Just let me know. Alright, perfect.
Can hear.
Alright, so today Amy is 4. The other day she was 6, but today she's 4.
Donna may be new and needs a role so that she can join the voice channel.
Okay. Donna can... I don't even see her.
I can't move her into any of the voice channels because she doesn't have a role, and I don't know what her role should be.
If she just joined, she would be a minnow in training. I already made her a role. Well, yeah. If she's not in audio, then you can't move her. She has to be in one of the audio channels to move her to, according to me. According to me.
That makes sense. I think that's true. I just couldn't move. I couldn't find her to put her in anything. I was like, I can't move her. I don't know.
Donna, can you just create a little link, guys, and give her the link, and I think that would work. So if you click on here, click on there, tell Donna to click on there, then I think she'll be able to join. Well, she can't hear me, so somebody type it, please. All right, so back to the conversation. So anyways, we are doing pools. I kind of committed myself to do 20 Steam every single Monday, but last Monday we actually had 40. I think this week Eon's going to contribute with 5, so we're going to have 25 Steam for the top 3 Helpies for the week. But I hope, and this is my sincere hope, that as Helpie grows and we start to accumulate more liquid SBDs and whatnot, we can start to increase these pools and make this very enticing, and then maybe not even do top 3, maybe do top 4 or top 5 or something like that. But as right now we are doing top 3, pool is 25. And Winston's saying 5 more, so pool today is 30 Steam power for the top 3, and that's the way it's going to be. Well, Eon, unless you don't want to do it anymore, but you told me you were going to do 5 last week, so alright, perfect. Alright, so the pool is 30 Steam power. Alright, so let's talk about what's going on in the community, what's going on in Steam, and then we'll do the League of Helpiness. So, a couple of things that are happening right now that maybe you guys know, maybe you don't know. The first one, which I think is the most important one, is Steemit, the company that started the Steam blockchain. Steemit is actually doing a giveaway. And they're actually going to do all expenses paid giveaway. And they want people to nominate. So this is let me get you guys the post really quick. They win a trip to Steamfest, all expenses paid. And of course, what they want, and it's pretty obvious what they want. They want people that are going to represent Steam, and it's going to be badass. As a matter of fact, they're looking for performers. So my mind goes automatically to the musicians, but of course that's not just fair. It could be poems, it could be, stuff like that. But I'm biased. So like I was thinking, we can go on there, we can nominate like Yitneth, because she could do like an awesome job and whatnot. She would love to go, and she's in Europe already. And if all of us pull together and start doing that, I think that would be pretty awesome. So, has the lead in nominations. Perfect. All right. So then, I say we go there too. And I haven't done the nomination yet. I found this an hour ago. And I'm going to go and nominate her too. So if you guys want to do that, that would be awesome. I think that would make her really happy. And that will make me really happy too, to see her win. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's actually, you can nominate 3 people according to what I read. So it's not only Yidnith. So if you have somebody in mind that you think could go, you can't nominate yourself. And of course, that makes a lot of sense. It would be kind of ridiculous if you could nominate yourself. But if you have somebody else that you think could win, or you would want to win, or even just as a gesture of you being nice, go ahead and nominate somebody there. As you guys know, Steamfest is only a few weeks away. It starts on the 6th next month, and it's already half of the month, which is pretty crazy. I would nominate Zippy, but I know she wouldn't go anyways. But I would love to nominate her, but she wouldn't go.
What are you talking about?
You would go?
Yes, that's what I've been saying. I would like to go, as I've had a couple nominations as a performer. I would never want to perform. Performing is, my music is so secondary to my photography. I'm an event documentation. Like, that's what I do. That's my wheelhouse.
Oh, okay. I thought, well, you know what? I was so wrong. It's just because I know you've been super busy with work. I was like, well, she's kind of, oh no, I can't go, blah blah. But if you're down, then you'll be my second nomination. Well, I'm gonna put Yidnith and you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Well,
so
you can nominate 2 performers, and then there's a nomination for an artist as well. So, yeah.
Blowing up.
Yes, Wes, I would love to come and meet you and photograph with you. We'd be an awesome team.
Oh, Wes is gonna go? Well, now I'm not gonna go. Yeah.
Did you just flag me, Swoop? Did you just flag me?
Yeah, he flags everybody.
Oh, shit. What the hell? Fucker.
All right, so apparently you guys knew this already, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah. So let's not let this opportunity pass. Let's go there. Let's nominate some people. That's the first thing. Second thing, I keep on hearing that there are some engagement issues with, and I wanted to run this by you guys and see what you guys think. Meaning that there's some accounts that are too small and they're struggling, you know, on the platform because they can't seem to get enough comments or what have you happening on the blockchain. So here's my proposition for you guys, and I would love to hear the opinion that you guys may have on this subject. Helpie has been growing super healthily. Is that how you say it? Like I'm a little off today, guys. Healthily. I'm a little off. Can't even talk. And obviously, Helpie. The idea of Helpie is to help, so it kind of goes hand in hand. And I was thinking that we could set aside a little bit of Steam power just to help the little accounts from Helpie that are really struggling. So obviously, it's growing natively. Helpie is growing natively. So this will not come from people delegating to Helpie, but it would come from just Helpie creating. Like every day it's making about 24, sometimes 30 Steams every day. Helpie, believe it or not, it's actually doing pretty awesome. So I'm thinking about setting up. Took me a bit to find people that need help. Just saying, to keep that in mind. So here's my idea. Awesome, Justine. I'm really glad that you're doing that though. But here's my idea. I don't want to lose people because of that. Like I don't want people to leave saying, "Oh my God, this sucks," and all this, all that. So anybody who is here, anybody who's listening to my voice right now or in a recording and knows of a small account, like a real account. I don't want a spammer. I don't want somebody that's adding absolutely no value, but a real human, somebody who cares, that is struggling to engage. Let us know. Let Helpie know. Leave a comment on the Helpie blog or any of the Helpinauts, and we're gonna set aside maybe 300 Steam to spread it out. So give 20 Steam to people, whatever, and we'll keep that budget of 300 Steam, with the idea that we're gonna leave that Steam power on there, until that person has enough. So because this is gonna sound kind of mean, but it's not. I'm being realistic. If we delegate to somebody, like let's say 25 Steam power, so they can engage better. So that means they'll get the 15 when they first start, plus the 25. They're gonna have a considerable amount to engage on the platform, and then every single time they make a post and they make, oh, I just made 20 cents or here 20 cents, and they keep on taking all that out, then we're basically subsidizing somebody, like subsidizing, that's the word, subsidizing somebody who doesn't want to invest, right? And that's not the idea. And I'm not saying that they have to put everything back into the platform. I'm not making that choice for them. But what I am saying is that if they are taking everything out and they're not thinking, oh, I need to grow, they're not understanding the investment and the long-term mentality, then maybe we can't subsidize that for too long. So I don't know how long the delegations would be, and that's something that we would probably decide in the team here, like in a case by case basis. But
let me jump in that one, because I've already been doing that for a couple months, and I've been kind of testing the ground on how these small delegations work with planktons. And I was actually considering moving the project that I've been doing in my own account. That is something I started called Sponsor a Plankton, where I pretty much send 25 SP delegations to accounts that I find that are having engagement problems. And I've done that 3 or 4 times maybe, and I also send SBI shares. So that's a way to have like a little boost to the guys that are starting. I already took 2 delegations back because they're only meant for them to not have problems interacting. But after they reach to a certain point, and I kind of monitor these accounts that I delegate to, then I take it back. Either that or they leave Steam, then I take it back. Some of the accounts stop posting, so I take my SP back. And then I find other accounts and I do that same thing. It's proven to be quite effective for user retention. And but well, I'm a small account, so I can't do this too much. So I can sponsor maybe like 4 or 5 accounts at a time. But I was actually considering moving this to Helpie. I already have the project. The whole thing's already set up. So if you're going to bring this, I already did it. So we can just move it over to Helpie.
Perfect. Well, then that makes me happy, because my point here is that I don't want people to leave the platform because they're like, oh my God, I made 10 comments, I'm out. And I guess some people are saying that. I don't know. I guess it is difficult at the very beginning. I remember it being really hard for me too, but obviously, we're going to get to like those stories. Like, oh, my day, I had to go to school uphill both ways and 10 inches of snow. I don't want to be that dude. But, if Helpie can help, no pun intended, then let's do it. And so if we are having actually a pretty good steam power every single day, or, that means that we could technically take on a plankton a day, one little plankton a day, given like 20 steam power delegation or something small, just to help him engage. And technically that will not hurt us too much. But ideally we want to be very picky with the people that we are choosing, and maybe we can start with like a 300 steam power budget. And the reason why I'm thinking that Helpie would be the one to do it is because I, as much as I appreciate you Petchy doing it, and that's awesome, and I know that like Justine was thinking about doing something like this, or she was doing something like this. Every person on here has to worry about growing. Like, and I'm not saying no, don't share. That's not what I'm saying. But percentage wise, it's a lot different for an account that has 200 steam power to delegate 25 steam. You're basically delegating 1/8 of your steam power. That it would be for an account that has almost 43,000 steam power, which is Helpie, to delegate 25 steam. It's like a pennies by comparison. So it makes a lot more sense to me that we will move this on to Helpie, and that you guys, if anything, help me identify those accounts, bring them to the attention of one of the people here in Helpie, like one of the team members. It could be the Eon, Petchy, Justine, Carrie, Serena. And if it's somebody that I would assume that most of the time it's going to be somebody that we're going to onboard onto Helpie. I would assume so. But there might be some cases where it's somebody that we're not going to onboard, but we still want to help them. I don't know. I don't know about that. But if that's where we are, let's start using Helpie for it. And then every single person here is going to focus on maybe coaching that person, or not every person here, but ideally people inside Helpie with love and care and tenderness would coach that new person and allow through its own merit, like that person through work and all this stuff, help that person grow, but not facilitate, not like, oh, because here's what I don't want to happen. And I know Winston, it would be to the Helpie account, to answer your question. What I don't want to happen is that we are subsidizing bad behaviors. And I've had that happen to me before. And like, I would do delegations to people and they wouldn't use them. And I got kind of upset, and I'm going to be completely honest. Or they would powering everything down. And that's not the behavior I want. Like, everybody is free to do what they want, but I am also free to not subsidize that behavior. And that's the way I want to treat Helpie. So if we start doing this, and if you guys help me monitor it too, like we bring somebody in, we give them like 25, 30 steam power delegation, and then that person starts to power down, or every single time it gets a post payout just takes everything out and all this stuff, and weeks go by of the same thing, then please let us know so that we can stop helping somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. And I know that sounds mean, but I'm being realistic, because we can't subsidize somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. How does that saying go? You bring a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink? Well, it's like that. All right, you need help. All right, here's the water. But if you don't want to drink, okay, that's it. We're out of here.
Yeah. Also one good thing to test with planktons, and I've been doing this for a while, is with the Steam Basic Income. Even though the tokens do not have too much of a return on investment, they do take planktons away from the zero payout, which is I have found that to be one of the biggest issues. When a new user gets a zero payout, then he or she usually leaves. So I've been also sending quite a bit of SBI shares. Actually, Joseph just joined the server, and Helpie has around 120, 130 shares. And I have like 80 or 90 myself, and I've been distributing this to new members, even though it doesn't really represent too much of a return on investment for me, but I don't care, because I found it to be a very effective way to also keep people on the platform on a long term. So I've been testing these things for a while. So they work.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Pitchy. Thank you. So we're moving that to Helpie, and that's awesome. That's awesome news. Another thing related to this, which I don't know if you guys know this. I know Polly probably knows, because he likes to dig into this stuff. But they're already discussing doing a resource credit delegation system, which is going to basically solve this issue 10 times over. What that means, and I'll just explain it in simple terms. It means that right now you can only delegate steam power, right? So if I'm a big account, and let's say you're struggling to post and all stuff, and I delegate you 50 steam power, I don't have that vote anymore. Like, I lost at 50 steam power. Right now it's not even a penny, but that's besides the point. I lose the resource allocation of those 50 steams. Now, what they are going to do here in the future, it's already being worked on, by the way, on GitHub. I was looking at it the other day. Is they're going to allow for you to just delegate the resource credits, the bandwidth, to a new account. So technically speaking, you could have a brand new account with 15 steam power, but with the ability to interact as an account that has 200 or 300, but it would only have 15. So an account, let's say like Helpie, which has excessive amounts of resource credits that it's never going to use. There's no way that Helpie is going to use, I don't know what it can do right now, but it could probably do 10,000 comments per day, 20,000 upvotes, or something ridiculous like that, because of the amount of resource credits it has. What we're going to be able to do is, instead of delegating steam and slowing down the growth of Helpie just a little bit, we can delegate resource credits to the new accounts, allow them to buy their own, pull themselves by their own bootstraps, as they say, and grow, and it's a win-win situation. So that way it's not as I guess the risk is lower. I guess you could say that, because if they don't do anything, then they don't grow, they don't interact, they don't they don't network. It's up to them. But you're not putting 50 Steam somewhere for a month or so, and and putting that opportunity to use that Steam for something. So okay, I'm gonna read this real quick. Brockstein is saying this: I've been posting on scoring. The economy there is not broken. I've earned 2,080 scoring there. I want to participate of Steemit because I prefer to focus on art than sports. But posting on Steemit has been feeling like working a third world sweatshop. Nobody seems to be addressing this problem. Newcomers, everybody is like, Steemit is amazing, just hanging there, and amazing in terms of you guys being awesome. However, in terms of newcomers earning crypto, Steemit really sucks. No offense. Well, that is kind of true. It is kind of true. But here's the thing that we keep on talking about every time we talk about this subject. Every time we're talking about the subject, we fall into something that is it's kind of like a negative thing, but it depends on how you look at it. I don't really see it like a negative thing. There's a saying, right? In Spanish, and if I translate it, it's not only what you know, but it's the people that you know, right? And that's how life works. Like if I was somebody who was smart, if I was somebody that was talented, but I didn't know anybody, I had no networking ability, then I wouldn't be able to find those opportunities for me to use my skills. So I'll give you guys a specific example. Zippy is an extremely talented photographer. But one of the reasons why Zippy has been doing good lately is because she's also a social ninja. Zippy gets everywhere. She's not shy. She gets on radio shows with people. She doesn't have an issue connecting with other human beings. So when I would think, when people think, or like I would think, or whoever, oh, I need somebody that can do this art or whatever, my mind would definitely go to Zipporah, because she is in the front of my mind. She's like, oh, you know what? Who does this and who's really cool and I really like her and she's awesome? Zipporah. Now, that's how life works in general. Steemit is a reflection of that. And I know that makes people angry, because they go like, so what is this? This is a popularity contest? I guess you could look at it like that. You could. But that's basically like describing an elephant saying, oh, it's got something with a trunk. There's a lot more to it. But the truth of the matter is that in order for you to grow on this platform, you do have to be a networking ninja. You have to get out of your comfort zone and be a networking ninja. Now, why the other platforms are quote-unquote not broken is because they are very new. They are very new, and that's what makes them not broken. So if you're talking about, how can I describe this in a way that it makes the most sense? When Steam first started, there were very little users. And one of the things that developers had to do, and the whales of the time that were holding these tokens that were potentially worthless, right? Which is the case of Scorum, which is the case of Mines, which is the case of Wekus, is the case of whale shares. They're potentially worthless. Or they could also potentially go up a lot and be worth quite a bit of money. But one of the things that they had to do at the very beginning is focus on user retention. That meant that they had to do an excellent job, go over the top to try to keep people on the platform, because they have so little users participating of the platform, right? So now, once those platforms grow, once all of a sudden you have 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 people every day engaging, they're going to have the same issues that Steemit, and then they're going to be a new generation of people on those platforms that are going to say, hey man, nobody notices me here. So it is true in a sense, but that's because you're looking at it at a very early stage. And I know for a fact, whale shares, I love the guys over there, by the way. They're awesome people. But they're going above and beyond trying to get good content creators onto their platform, and they're supporting them a lot. But the reason why they're doing that is not because they're throwing the baby with the bathwater, as they say. They're doing that because they understand that if they don't have a solid foundation of users, people that are engaging every single day, people that are making good content, then the idea is not going to go anywhere. It's never going to grow. So they're trying to establish, you could call it the trap, the crab trap, or the crab bucket. They're trying to establish it. They need the crabs in there. Those that are going to pull other people in, and they're not going to let them leave. They don't have those yet. So that's the case with Squirm. That's also the case with Weku, and of course Smoke.io, and Whale Shares. So now here's the other thing that it makes those platforms a little different. They don't have delegations. Now, some people say, "Oh, that's awesome! No delegations, no bidbots." I get it, and I understand that. And idealistically speaking, I can embrace that idea. No bidbots, idealistically speaking. But you guys also have to be able to understand that if I'm an investor, I need to have a reason for me to buy into a coin. And I think Steam is awesome. I love it. But if we didn't have bidbots, we might not have the amount of people trying to use the platform as we do right now, because there's no other choice. And I know some people will get angry when I say that, but like, I'm talking about somebody who doesn't want to do posts, he doesn't want to curate, he doesn't want to do any of that. He just has 4 Bitcoin and he wants to spend 2 Bitcoin on Steam because he wants to make some money on it, right? So he goes like, oh, check this out. I can buy some Steam, I can power it up, I can delegate it to a bot, and I can make some more tokens like that passively. I like it. I'm buying it. Now, it is unrealistic to think that every single person that has Bitcoin, right, is going to be either a content creator, or that they even want to. Because I don't know. Like, I like interacting socially. I like writing. I like making videos. I enjoy it. But I can't judge somebody that would say, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to make money. No, I hear you, but we're talking about...
So I understand.
I'm sorry, go, Justine.
I'm sorry. I just, this conversation's been brought up a lot in the last few weeks, and I get what you're saying as far as a newcomer, that it's difficult to get going, but as far as early adopters, I've been here 6 months, so most of the people here had bandwidth issues where we couldn't post every day, we couldn't comment every day, and our vote was worth less than 1 cent. So we've all been where you are, and we get it. I think that comparing the two platforms is really difficult because they're completely different. Networking is huge here, communities are huge here, and having expectations that are realistic is really, really important, because I don't know a single person in this room, and many of us started at the same time, that had a post that hit $10 as soon as we started. I was super happy with 3 cents. That was how it worked. Networking, hustling, busting our ass for the last few months, and most people have really grown here, and that's just sort of part of it. And I think it's really important to have those realistic goals. It's not about let's ignore it and let's hold on and keep going. It's you kind of have to work up towards it, and networking is huge, but you can't compare one to the other. And the resource credits are not the upvote, so those are two different things. That just determines how much you can do on the platform. So just to clarify that, since that was asked earlier. And yeah, and I'll give it back to you, Minnow. I just had to say that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, can I throw in something too?
Go for it.
Because I'm someone, I don't have time to do all the heavy networking. But even without, if you're a bit patient and like LL Farms just said, we all make like a couple of cents in the beginning, and after a while you get lucky, you get or a whale vote or you get curried one time. And that happens maybe after 3 months to 2 months, and after that it's I'm growing. It's not going fast, and it's like I now get like $1, and I've been busy 4 months, and organically $1.50 maybe on each post. So it's slow but steady, and if you just keep powering up your own votes, keep getting worth more, join the right groups. And you'll get there. But it's a patient game.
Yeah, Petchy's sharing a list of the people that started Helpie, and they were all planktons when it started. So, but another thing I'm going to say regarding this, and I agree with you, Winston, 100%. Another thing I'm going to say regarding this, it's going to sound kind of mean, okay? And I apologize, but if it's too easy to make the money, then the money is not very valuable. I guess it's gonna sound mean, okay, but here's what's gonna happen, okay. All these platforms, all of them that are giving away like hefty upvotes, are gonna suffer a really big dip once the tokens go into a mainstream market, and the reason being is because the default mentality of the human being is short-minded, like short term. So they'll go, oh my god, I got 400 tokens, let me dump them. And so if we have, unfortunately, this is just, this is, I guess you could say, it's psychology of the masses. So if we have an amazing distribution at the very beginning, right, which is probably what's happening on these platforms, as it happened on Steam, believe it or not. At the very beginning, people are getting these crazy upvotes. A lady with a makeup tutorial got like 30,000 Steam. Like, I'm telling you, at the beginning was crazy. Okay, now when the tokens went on a major platform, like it was the case back then on Bittrex or Poloniex, all these accounts, they were like, okay, that's it, and they dumped the whole freaking thing, dumped it. There was a time, and you guys can look this up, that Steam went from $4. This is maybe 6 months into it, or after it went into some actual real exchanges. Because here's the thing, a lot of these coins are being exchanged on some really obscure websites. I was like, oh yeah, you got to go to Rootex. They're like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with Rootex. It's just that nobody uses it. Like by volume, it's like you will have 300 tokens being exchanged per day versus on a Bittrex account where you will have on a market of Bittrex, you will have millions of dollars being traded per day. So you can't really compare it. Now, when they opened the floodgates and went into a major exchange, Steam went from $4 to 10 cents. Other things added to it, but there was massive dumping from all these little accounts that it was too easy for them to make the money. So there is something to be said about how much you value things that take a lot of effort. And I know that sounds like I'm being like a negative person right now, but it's just how we are wired. If we work really hard at something and we build it, and it becomes something that we treasure because it took a lot of work. If I make a post on Squirm, and I haven't used Squirm honestly, so I couldn't tell you, and I write like a somewhat okay post, and I get 400 tokens out of that post because somebody thinks that the picture I shared is awesome, and I'm not saying this is the case, I'm just putting an example, then I'll be like, yeah, whatever, once Squirm goes on an exchange, I'm going to sell him because it took nothing. And the other thing, I'm going to tell you, Brockstein, the other thing, there's a tool. Eon, can you do me a favor? Can you share your tool on here? Did you take the payouts out? Because I think last time I checked, it didn't have the payouts.
Oh, no, the payouts are still there.
They're still there? Okay, here's an experiment for you guys, that for you guys to do. Think of anybody that you think is awesome. Okay, you go like, oh my god. Let's say that I look at Pensive and I go, oh my god, Pensive is a monster. He never makes less than 5 SBD, like on his post, ever. Like I never seen Pensive under 5. I go under 5. Pensive doesn't go under 5. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check Pensive. How does he's always been awesome, right? And then I go onto that link that Eon made, and it's gonna show me the payouts since Pensive started, and I'm gonna see that the almighty Pensive also struggled. And at the very beginning, he had posts with 0.00. There are accounts that are big dolphins right now, right? Big dolphins that had 50, 60 posts where they made nothing. I always bring up this example because WhatsApp is somebody that I like and somebody that has had a lot of success on the platform. And she's had 94 posts when she started. 94 that made nothing. $0. And she's still here. She's over 15,000 in Steam Power today, and she's doing great. So if it was too easy, it wouldn't be worth a damn. That's my point. So yeah, if you're curious about you, like if you want to see, why did I make Pensive cry? That's no reason. I'm actually bragging about Pensive. I'm saying that he's awesome. Why is he crying? But my point is that nobody started with, maybe there's one or two exceptions. One or two exceptions out there, but most people start like that. I wrote quite a bit of posts and made nothing. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job. I wrote a post about my grandpa that it was heartfelt, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. And I think I got 17 cents for it. So I think everybody starts there, but after so many months, and literally so many months of networking and talking to people and doing these little meetings and being part of MSP and operating the radio and having the show on Wednesdays for like almost a year and being a judge of the open mic, and and then helping people on Smart Steam doing support, helping people on Build a Whale doing support there too, and then now Steam UA that I'm also an organizer over there. After getting myself everywhere, after becoming an octopus, and I'm trying to help anybody that I can, then all of a sudden I go like, oh man, look at this, I got a block trades vote. Okay, let me celebrate. But if I would have set this expectation where, my posts are the best, I should be getting block trades votes all the time, then I'm just gonna get depressed. Because that it's not likely to happen. Now I'm grateful for when it happens, but the other thing that I see, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like, I think that when I get a really small payout, I think it's a good lesson for me. It's a lesson in humility. Like my last posts have been pretty much ignored by people with big stake. They've had good interaction. Like my friends are coming over and they're leaving comments and all stuff. And I'm looking at the post and go like, you know what, screw it, who cares? I'm having good conversations with friends. Who cares? Yeah, what if it's 3 SBD? I know people that are way bigger than me, like a lot bigger accounts, that when they get little payouts, they feel embarrassed. Like, oh my God, I can't believe. Like, but how is it that a witness will get only 5 SBD? And every time I've heard that, because I've heard it a few times, I go like, man, like, how, I don't know, like, is it owed to you? Like, is it owed? Nothing is guaranteed, And every time you get an upvote, you should be grateful for it. And I know that doesn't make people feel good. That doesn't give you the warm fuzzies. It doesn't. But one thing I do know is that if it's not hard, then it's not worth a damn. That I do know. There's nothing that has come easy that I've treasured. Nothing. Now I'll tell you what. I've worked so hard for my 9,000 steam power that it compared to some whales is nothing. Like some whales will look at me and think of me like a mosquito. But for me, every single one of those tokens is precious. And every time I have to sell one to pay bills, I struggle because I work so freaking hard to get them. All right, guys. Well, we've been talking a lot about Steam. And I hope that nobody's leaving here depressed or thinking like, Steam is rigged. Here's another thing I'm going to say real quick. And then we're going to do the League of Helpiness and then we're going to call it a night. Everybody who is here on Helpie has an advantage that most people that are successful today on Steam didn't have. Because when I first started, okay, and this is going to sound like the dude in the walking in the snow uphill both ways. When I first started, there was not a community, right, like this one. It didn't exist. MSP is awesome and I love MSP, but MSP is a big ocean. And also in MSP, it's not that you get ignored, but it's a big ocean. You don't get ignored. It's a big ocean. But you're one of, right now, 20,000 people. There was not a community that had this amount of Steam power, this amount of support, this amount of knowledge, because there's a lot of people in here that are very knowledgeable and very supportive. When I started. And when this whole Helpie thing started back then, like I was telling you guys, it was just a bunch of little planktons in here and a 400 Steam power and one account, and we're like, okay, let's do this. And then here we are today, and we're kicking some butt. If I may say so myself, we're growing every single day. We're bringing some awesome people onto Helpie, and every single person here is somebody that I treasure. But 10 months ago, when the idea started, I had no idea this was going to happen. But nonetheless, like when Helpie made the first post, which was not 9 months ago. Okay, we're starting this. I was like, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to put all this effort into something that is never going to take off. And I said, regardless, I said, you know what? But I'm going to give it my best. Because the things that I do regret in my life are the ones that I didn't try. Not the ones that I tried and I failed. And that's my attitude right now. I'm here trying. It's like, and I'm not going to regret not trying. If I make a mistake, I make it.
You know what? It's just like real life.
That's right.
Who would have guessed?
Just like real life. Yeah, LO Farms, it's been a while. I don't know why you say you've been here 6 months. It's been more than that. All right, so let's do the League of Helpiness.
Okay, before you move to the League of Helpiness, I just want to mention 2 minutes about adjustments we're doing on the Helpie account, because I've been having like 10 questions a day, so I want to put it on a recording. So with Eon, we have kind of been reworking the whole math around the account, and actually Eon is the one that actually has the formula and all the hard technical part. But what I can say is that actually the way we're doing it now, we're being able to support the little ones a little bit more. You are now starting here with a 3% upvote against the 1% upvote you were having with the previous system. So we're kind of letting the bigger guys help the little ones a little bit more, which has always been the idea from the start. But we also had to take the 2 votes per day to 1 vote per day, because it was not sustainable anymore. The bot, with the growth of the accounts and the quantity of members, was not staying at a healthy VP at all. So if you want to learn a little bit more of the details and the actual numbers that are going, you are welcome to reach me or Ian, and we'll get you all the details, because we want to move to the League of Helpiness now. But just let you know that we're kind of changing the whole format on the Helpie account, and it's proven to be way more effective than before. So we're going to a better place now when it comes to the Helpie account support. So I just wanted to point that out. Bye.
Bye, Tetchy.
Why do we have not Petchy and real Petchy? There's 2 Petchies. I don't like it. All right, so we're gonna move to the League of Helpiness, and we're gonna see who won. So of course, League of Helpiness. This is something that Paula G is doing for us. So she makes this report. If you're not on the report, like if you're not participating, it's optional. You have to say you want to be part of it. There's a channel on here. It's called the League of Helpiness. Leave your name on there. Talk Paula. Tell her that you want to be part of the League of Helpiness. The way that it works is there's a pool. Today the pool is 30 Steam, I believe. And you can make some Steam power just for being awesome, just for engaging. So, like, look at that. Like, if you win the first... if today is 30 Steam, so the first place is going to get 12 Steam power, 12 to 13. I have to do the math again, just because. So, this is pretty cool. If you don't like it when people have legitimate frustrations, what do you mean, Brockstein, by that? But you just said he didn't like it. No, everybody has the right to speak their mind, to say if they're frustrated. Like, that's not. Oh, okay, got it.
Yes, Soundwaves is confusing people with his real Petchy. I think that I will reach out and try to explain some of it. I think the problem is comparing Scorum, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
To Steemit. When Steemit was that way in the beginning, people were getting insane upvotes because there weren't very many people here, and that's just not something that can last. I'm not extremely familiar with it, but my understanding is you can't cash out those earnings anyway. So essentially it's monopoly money. Steam, you can cash out. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm understanding that it's a pretty long window before you can get those coins. So
Yeah.
comparing the two is a little difficult. And I'm not sure how to get him to see it a little bit differently, but I will reach out and try to explain the resource credits and try to put him in the correct direction and ignore Soundwaves or Real Petchy. He's a poker.
Yeah, he's
so
just poking.
he means well. But yes, he's just poking. So that's all I was going to add in.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like right now at Scorum, we don't know what the price is going to be. So here's a possibility. You could say, "Oh my God, I collected 2,000 Scorum coins. I'm killing it," and then they go to real market, and there's so many people with so many coins. They just go into the real market. They get dumped, and then your 2,000 Scorum coins is $10. That's possible. But they're 2,000 coins, but they're worth $10. So we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. All right, so let's move on to the League of Helpiness, because if not, we're gonna have this conversation for too long. All right, so this is the results for the week. League of Helpiness. Eagle Spirit wins again. She wins again. Eagle Spirit she's always in the top 3. Crypto and Coffee gets second place, and Lunatic Pandora gets third. So the new kid in town on the list is Lunatic Pandora, and actually Zipporah also showed up, but she not for engagement, but because of the amount she powered up. She powered up a beastly 513 steam power last week. That's pretty brutal.
Woot.
Yeah, look at that. She's gonna freaking dolphin up really soon. So
I'm getting close.
yeah,
I'm getting close. It's my involvement with Steam Monsters that's helping me. Boom. Also keeping me from posting as much, but somehow I'm still growing.
well, because you're its time is not it's not in audio, right? No, he doesn't know what's going on. All right, guys. So that a few things before we call it a night. A few things to say. We are doing a special meeting this week on Thursday. So I want to remind people those who are in Europe, we're doing a special meeting on Thursday at 7 a.m. Eastern time, my time, but it's going to be 11 a.m. UTC, so that those that are in Europe actually don't have to stay up to 2 in the morning to come to these meetings.
Yeah, I think that would be 3 a.m. for me. What? Wait, what time?
It'll be 7 a.m. for me. So yeah, for you it'll be super early.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're actually here's what I don't know if all of you guys were here last time, but I think most were. Ideally, we want to have meetings happen every single day. Like and there has been some ideas being thrown around as to what we could do, like easy talk a day. So maybe have like an open mic in Helpie where people can perform and all stuff. Like have different things going on in audio every single day, and for the very reason that this is a community, and doing things in a community just builds bonds. That's the reason for it. But at the same time, as Helpie is growing, as Helpie is making more tokens, which it is, there's absolutely no reason that we can't throw those back into whatever activity that we are doing, right? Because that was the whole point of Helpie. It's not about a whale getting rich. It's about a community getting wealthy, So, and those who are engaging on Helpie, those that are making this place lively and the best Discord to be on, Steam related Discord to be on, I want those people to be the ones that reap the benefits. So we are starting a new one on Thursday morning, and there's going to be 10 SBDs going on to it's time, get it out here. if I can't hear you.
I gotta go. Love you all. Have a lovely day.
Bye, Zippy.
Bye.
But so we're going to be doing this one on Thursday. There's going to be 10 SBDs. Tomorrow I'm going to have a conversation with Paula as to what's going to be the subject to discuss on Thursday, like what activities and whatnot. And there's going to be some sort of contest. I don't know what contest yet. It could be dice. It could be something she comes up with or something we come up with tomorrow. But 10 SBDs are going to be...
Hello? Hello?
Yes? Can you guys...
Who's that?
I think it's Wes being silly. So yeah. So there's going to be 10 SBDs paid out on Thursday morning, so the people that are in Europe, they don't have to stay up so late. And maybe there's not going to be that many people, so if you show up, there's a good chance you're going to make a couple of tokens. So don't forget, if you are interested also in the League of Helpiness, because that's kind of Paula's channel right now inside this Discord server, leave her a message, let her know that you're going to be here. Hopefully I want to get at least 8 people to show up. That would be awesome. But ideally, if if we can get a day of European Helpies that are the same amount of people that are here right now, that would be amazing. So I think Blanchy's gonna make it there. I think I heard him say that. But anyone else who is more convenient, 11 a.m. UTC, and yes, Pensive, it was UTC 11 a.m. So it's gonna be convenient for you, Pensive, kind of, sort of. If you're not a morning person, then maybe not. But no one is in voice chat. What are you talking about? It's time. This guy, he's being crazy. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget that's gonna happen this Thursday. What else? I was gonna say one more thing and it's escaping me. Yes, before I forget, there is an initiative that got started last week and is still going on, and I don't know if you guys have done it. So I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Coinbase has started to allow you to track some coins. And one of the coins that you can track on Coinbase, if you have a Coinbase account, is Steam. So the idea is that all of us should be going into our Coinbase account and adding Steam to track to show Coinbase that there's interest on the coin. So that's one thing that you could be doing to help Steam grow. And there's another thing that you could be doing to help Steam grow, and it's vote for it to get on. Hold on. Actually, I think Eon shared it. Eon, can you find that post regarding the voting for the Steam token to get on the there you go. Pensive, you got it. Yeah, so that is the last thing I wanted to say before we go, because I actually had it here on notes and I was supposed to talk about it in the beginning. This is basically a little contest that Oracle D is going. You can win some upvotes, get some money. So for those who want to get some extra upvotes, there is Netcoins is a company that does point of sale services. Basically, they give you like a software that you can run on the tablet or you can run on the phone, and you can buy and sell crypto from it. And it's actually pretty simple to use, super simple to use. But the way that this is happening is that if you go on this website and you vote for Steam, and you have to put your email. So maybe maybe don't use your main one. And then you take a screenshot and you put it on here, you can win some votes from Oracle D and make some money. So if we were to get Steam on that would be amazing, because all of a sudden we get a point of sale with Steam. That would be game changing. So I would love if you guys get involved with that too. All right, so yeah, the 2 million Steam power Oracle D. So you're gonna win some nice upvotes. Even the tiny percentages are pretty nice. All right, guys. So with that, I think we're gonna call it a night. We're still a little early for the first time because that never happens. Unless anybody has another question. I hope, Rockstein, that you're kind of getting the idea. I'm by all means, I am not someone that is going to say, don't go comment on another platform. Don't go post over there. By all means, go for it. Do it. But we're not comparing apples to apples. We're doing like apples to oranges. A lot of these platforms are very, very new. They have less than 2,000 users per day. So you're basically sharing a pool with 2,000 users. Like, I don't know about Scorum per se, but I know that Whale Shares has a very, very low amount of users per day. So it is easy for you to make money because there's less things going on. But then again, as it stands right now, these tokens don't have a price. So they will in the future, for sure. I don't know what it's going to be. There's a good chance that they're going to come.
They do have a price. They're already listed on Rudex, BitShares.
Okay, but then honestly, you just made my point. What's the volume of that token per day?
I don't know exactly, but there is a lot that move during the day now.
I'm going to check right now.
They're selling for 4 to 5 BitShares each right now.
Are you talking about Whale Shares or are you talking about Squirm?
The WLS token. Whale Shares, or the Squirm token, last time I checked, it was 25 cents each.
Okay. Well, I know Whale Shares is being exchanged, but my point is this. And by the way, I like the project, so I don't want anybody to think that I don't like it. I like the project. But right now, in Whale Shares, the 24-hour volume is 4,370 tokens. Okay? That's the 24-hour volume. All right, just for reference, because I'm trying to make a point so you guys understand that we're not comparing apples to apples. I'm going to go to CoinMarketCap real quick. And volume, what volume is, for those that don't know, because I don't want to assume that everybody knows what I'm talking about, is how many times, like how many tokens were exchanged hands in a 24-hour window, right? So if there's no volume, that means that the market's not liquid. That means that if I want to sell, there's nobody to buy, or if I want to buy, there's nobody that's selling. So volume is an indication of a healthy token. If there's no volume, it's not, either the token's not mature or there's no real market, and liquidity is key. And this is not just in cryptos. This is in stocks in general. Like if I had a stock and nobody wants to buy it from me, then it's not worth nothing. So obviously Whale Shares is just getting started, and I do believe they're going to do well, by the way. I think Whale Shares is going to do well. I don't know how well, but I think they're going to do well. Now, by comparison, on Steam, the 24-hour volume is, so in 24 hours, 280,546,379 Steam. Okay, so I think that makes my point. We cannot compare one with the other. We're talking about millions and millions of tokens changing hands, and the other one just, like 4,000 or whatever. And I don't know what it is for Scorum, but I'm going to assume that the number is pretty low as well. So now that being said, Scorum could succeed. I have no idea. I don't know, but we might be getting tricked by the number. So okay, so there you go. That's actually very low, very low. $400 of volume on Scorum. $400. That means that if you want to sell $500 worth of Scorum, there's nobody to buy. 20 cents. Yeah, so it's not a liquid market. Again, here's what could happen. Okay, here's what could happen. You could be accumulating a lot of tokens of Scorum, and 2 years from now, or a year from now, or 3 years from now, who knows? If the project stays around, your tokens might be worth a couple of dollars each. That's very possible. And you made them at the very early stage, which is where we are right now, and then you're going to be able to be like a whale at that point in time, like an awesome whale. Oh my God, like I make so much money on Scorum now, you have no idea. That is the case with some accounts on Steam. There's some accounts that when Steam first started, it was worth pennies. And there were some people that were here, and they were making posts, and they were collecting a lot of tokens because they were very cheap. And you could say they took that risk of spending so much time doing what they were doing, because they could have put that much time and then the project go to zero, and then nothing would have happened. But Brockstein, I get you, but you're what you're saying again. Steam was like this at the very beginning. There was not that many users, right? Not that many users, and all the users that were here were making a lot of tokens. Like we're comparing a different age. We're talking about a project that is almost 3 years old with a project that is 2 months old. That's exactly how Steam was back in the day. It's just that you weren't here. I wasn't even here. But when I was here, when I first started a year and a month ago, it was different than what it is now.
Scorum is the one that's learning from Steam.
Scorum is a clone. As a matter of fact,
exactly. And Whale Shares is learning from Steemit also. So Steemit doesn't need to learn from them because they're the ones learning from Steemit.
But again, it's an age thing. The other point that I'm going to make, or to drive this home, is when I say that Scorum is a clone of Steam, I mean that literally. Literally. They grabbed the GitHub, so the repository of the source code of Steam, they cloned it and changed the graphics, and then did some things here and there. So the source code for Scorum is the Steam source code. So and an older version at that. So it's not even the hard fork 20. It's like an older hard fork.
The UI is the only thing that's different.
Yeah, they changed it. Well, but I'm talking about the blockchain.
Yeah, it's the same blockchain and everything. Its UI is the only thing that's different on Scorum. Yeah. So people think it's like some amazing platform because it looks a lot different. But people on Steemit forget to realize that you've got things like Steam Peak and services like that you can go to, and like you can post on a different looking site with a better UI that still posts to the Steam blockchain.
Yeah, that's true. So
I just got a parking ticket.
yeah, well, Weku, I'm gonna say, I think I already said this, but and I'll close with this. I honestly think Weku was a scam, and I would encourage people to be
Weku's
extremely
a huge
careful.
Scam.
Huh?
I was saying Weku is a huge scam.
I think it's a scam. And the reason why I think that, I have reasons to think that, is actually the condenser, which is the front end, is a copy of Steam, like a Steemit is a exact copy. They cloned the GitHub, but the blockchain underneath, it's not a blockchain. They actually don't have a blockchain. It's centralized. So what I think is happening, and this is, I'm speculating, right, is that they're going to launch their ICO here in a month. And I think that a lot of people are going to jump into that because they want to be whales. And then there's a good chance that when the actual token goes into exchanges, it's either going to tank, or they're just going to freaking escape with the money, because it's ERC20 tokens. This information is already available, so I'm not making up stuff. You can go there. They're going to launch their ICOs very soon, right? And you're going to be able to buy a lot of Weku tokens with Ether. Yeah, and it's going to be ERC20 tokens. This is all in their white paper, so you can look it up. So they don't have a blockchain right now, centralized. I suspect that whatever money people spend on that ICO, it's probably going to go poof. That's what I suspect. So I would
Yeah, it's going to be a huge pump and dump on that one.
Yeah, I would caution people against investing in. Yeah, I think, well, Smoke is another clone, literally another clone, and Smoke also has no liquidity. You can't really buy and sell with Smoke too much. It's also very, very small. All right, guys. Well, anyways, as always, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for having this conversation. I'm gonna send out the Steam. I already saw that the Steam came. Winston, thank you so much to the Helpie. So I got 25. Eon's gonna send me the other 5. I'm gonna send out to the winners, to the top 3 Helpienauts for the week. And I'm going to see you guys Friday. I'm obviously going to be taking a trip next week. I already announced that. I think I'm going to be able to do this on Monday. I think. Worst comes to worst, we'll cancel Monday, or maybe somebody else will take over. That could be awesome. Maybe Justine will take over. You know, Justine and Pecci. That could be awesome. I just put him out there. But for sure, next week, I'm going to have limited internet access because I'm going to be visiting doctors. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take care of my health. But I'll be around, and of course, as always, you can leave me a message. I'm traveling Saturday, so this week I'm still here. Saturday I'm gone, and I'll come back next Saturday. So, anyways, that's gonna be it. You've been listening to the Helpie Hangout, and today for Monday, the 15th of 2018. This is Meno, the guy that's been talking too much, and Wes spoke a little bit. The lady you heard talking was LL Farms, also known as Justine, and the piggy talking was Pecci, my brother. And Winston was the deep voice. And that is going to be it. This is Meno, signing off.